Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, my name's Amar and I'm an electric skateboarder and content creator based right here in the UK. My goal for this channel is to be a resource for you e-skaters through reviews, tutorials and ride videos. So if any of that is of interest to you, make sure you go ahead and smash that subscribe button. You really don't want to miss out. In today's video, Meepo have shipped me off to London to range test this Meepo Hurricane Ninja. I really cannot wait to get this board range tested and see if I can get anywhere near the 31 miles claimed on this board. I probably won't. I'll give you the conditions for today's test with my backpack and this Ultabag Arca as well on the board. That's already on the board. We're looking at about 95 kilograms weight wise. I'll put the pounds on the screen for you. The temperature in London today is surprisingly warm, about 23-24 degrees Celsius, so should be pretty nice on the battery. In terms of the riding mode, I'll be riding pretty aggressively in mode 3, but I'm not going to be top speed testing this board. I don't like to do top speed tests outside of my city because if I do fall, even though I'm really well protected today, I'm just not close to home and I'm not comfortable. So pretty aggressive riding. London, pretty flat in the center, but we'll see if we can go venture out a bit further, hit a few of the landmarks and see how we go on that front. But today I have got the Ultabag Arca on the board itself, and this is just to save me having to carry all of this extra weight in my Ultabag Native on my back. So I've got my charger here, I've got GoPro, extra batteries, camera batteries, all sorts, spare tools, cables, and this is just going to be really handy. So if you're wondering what this big pack is on my board, then that's exactly what that is. It just keeps the weight off my shoulders and allows me to enjoy the carving, enjoy the ride a bit more, especially when I'm doing a range test with a board like the Bamboo Hurricane Ninja, which has an enormous battery pack, and I will push it to its limits, but I'm still imagining that this range test is going to take me 2.5 hours maybe to finish off, including breaks. So yeah, with all that said and done, let's get this board on the road and we'll see how it fares around the streets of London. Let's get it. Hey, see what the bus did to the road there? Good thing I spotted that. That would have caused a nasty speed wobble. Right, so we're quite central in London here, obviously. So we're gonna have to be careful with traveling too fast. Also careful with pedestrians crossing everywhere. Plenty of drains that these 7-inch tires are making light work of. Don't even feel them. I do have the tires inflated to about 50-55 psi. I personally prefer them a bit harder, get more of a feel for the road then. Also benefit from a bit better range. Oh, there's a truck ahead. Might be wise to follow what the bus is doing. You're gonna let me go, taxi? Yeah, thank you. Oh god, this board is incredibly fun. So comfortable as well. Carvalicious, if I can coin the term. Bus is stopping, let's overtake. Yay. There's going to be a lot of starting and stopping in central London here. Traffic lights, literally everywhere. What that does mean is that I'm perhaps going to be putting this board through a bit more strain than you might do in your ride, because having to start and stop, especially in speed mode 3 that I'm in, it's going to cause the battery to undergo a bit more stress. I'm going to use up a bit more battery, especially because I'm not getting off the board. I'm not kick pushing to give the board a bit of a heads up. The motors are getting moving from stationary, so a bit more battery being used up there. But this is a real world test on my own everyday rides. I don't normally dismount the board and then kick push, so I'm not gonna change things today just for the purpose of squeezing out a bit more range out of this board for the video. This board is just itching to go. I'm trying not to ride too quickly. Oh, let's make sure we can make that orange light. I'm trying to not ride too quickly. I don't want to fall off at high speed in a foreign city to me, but literally the throttle, even in gear mode 3 or speed mode 3, it's just itching to go and it's irking to go. Are we gonna make this? Oh my God. Oh yeah, this is pretty fun. I feel a bit like Casey Neistat, although I've never seen Casey Neistat on an all-terrain board before. Oh my God. Beautiful scenery here, by the way. Let's go left here. What are you doing, mate? This is such a change to the terrible, horrible roads in Birmingham. And to be fair, this board with the 7-inch tyres makes those horrible roads in Birmingham bearable. So being able to ride it on smooth tarmac like this, smooth and clean tarmac, is just beautiful. And the comfort that you can experience as well with this board, with that amazing bamboo deck that's not rigid in any sense, and not too flexible so as to cause you any speed wobble. Really, I think Meepo have smashed it with this board, comfort-wise, performance-wise, but we'll see how it fares with this range test. Almost racing this bike behind us now. He wants a race. Please don't cross, pedestrian, please don't cross. How fast is your bike, bro? How fast is your bike?
This is about, if I put it all the way up,
Yeah.
55.
55 miles an hour?
I know a lot to it.
A lot faster than I can go. I do about 31, 32. Yeah.
Let's I want to get one of them.
Yeah. It's called a Meepo Hurricane board, electric skateboard. This one's about $1,400, about 1.1k, yeah. It's not bad compared to what e-bikes go for, isn't it? Got Big Ben up there. This place is absolutely rammed with tourists. And it doesn't really matter that I'm in a bike lane. I mean, here it's a bit better, but up there, you'd think that I was riding on the pavement, on the pedestrian path. Ridiculous. I just spotted an Evolve GTR. See, London is being the capital. It's where you'll find a lot more electric skateboard activity than cities like Birmingham, Manchester, or any of the smaller cities. So I'm not going to propose to stop every e-skater I see. Brake test. Let's go head on here and head towards Buckingham Palace. It's almost like they deliberately put these in for us e-skaters to carve through. We're coming up to Buckingham Palace. I'm not sure if the King's in today. If you're a tourist in London, or if you're planning to visit London as a tourist, an electric skateboard is actually a great way to get around, even if you can borrow one from a friend or something that lives here, because a lot of the main attractions or the main touristy spots, Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, London Eye, Tower of London and Tower Bridge, are within a very e-skatable distance from each other. It's really not very difficult to commute between them on a board like this, and it's incredibly fun seeing London in a different way, in a different style. Even Hyde Park as well, actually. We're not too far away from Hyde Park. Just at the moment, cruising through the Mall, and as you can see, it's not really respected as a road. You've just got pedestrians walking all around, almost following the road markings. I wonder if they stop at the red light for the cars. So do have to be a bit careful here. And you can of course get the Bamboo Hurricane Ninja with these cyclone wheels, the 105mm Meepo wheels, which I semi-reviewed with the Meepo Flow and they are fantastic street wheels. If you can get a hold of them for the price, they're really, really great street wheels. Of course, you can expect more range if you slap those wheels on this board, and they are incredibly comfortable, especially as opposed to many other street wheels, because of their core and the way in which they're designed. But really, 7-inch pneumatic tires with this flexible bamboo deck, really almost unbeatable for comfort. Unless you want to go all the way up to 8 inches, but then you're just going to start chewing through range. 7-inch pretty much eats up any road surface, especially when it's pneumatic. And if you do want even more comfort, then you can drop the PSI in your tires, drop it down to, I don't know, say 20, 30 PSI, and you'll get a lot more shock absorption, a lot more of a comfier ride. And if you are going to use a board like this to go off-road, then that is preferable because you get more grip as well. And when you're going off-road, it's not really all about range, it's more about comfort, it's more about grip. My estimation, obviously we'll find out later on in the video, is that we'll get near 24, 25 miles of range, I want to say. Be interested to see how close I get to that. I'm not riding particularly slowly, I'm not riding to conserve range at all, I'm just riding how I would ride normally. Trafalgar Square just behind us there. That's a nice Ferrari. Right, let's see if we can make our way through here. I'm gonna really regret this, but I'm gonna go through anyway, just to show you that if you want this board to be a inner city commuter, then you can sort of make it work for you. Be really, really aware of your surroundings. Many people don't really know how to react to electric skateboards, but this is a really busy area, quite packed, and as you can see, maneuverability on this board is phenomenal. I do have to move my feet a little bit around the deck because I've got the bushings tightened up a bit. I wonder how these fake statues will react to the electric skateboard. You want to see if they move? Do you want to put a foot on it? You want to put a foot on it like this? I don't have change, sorry. Oh, you've got a card machine as well. I'm screwed there then. My phone's in my bag, sorry. It's got every means of taking money, fair enough. I thought it would just be a bit of a cool picture, but I'm not paying for it, sorry. Yes, back on the road. Glad to be out of there, but as you can see, extremely maneuverable board. Just coming up to Downing Street on the right hand side here. I can think of a fair few things I want to say to Rishi. I'm sure that was the same Ferrari that I saw a few minutes ago. Has he only made it that far? Ooh, cycling tunnel. This should be fun. Right, where's the entrance then? Just through here. I should know this. I've been on enough London group rides. Oh, wow. It's been at least 2 years since I've been in here. This is so cool. The best thing about that is that there's no vehicles to ruin the fun. One really nice thing that you have in London is a really good infrastructure for cyclists and for PEVs. Careful! In that you've got your own cycleways and your own path that's separated from the road there. So even if you lose control, take a fall or something, you'd think that you're not going to get run over by a vehicle. Guys, I'm absolutely in love with the ride feel of this board. Like, it's not something that you can really read off a spec sheet or read off the website, but really is jumping on the board and letting loose and seeing how the board reacts. I can tell you that this board is absolutely phenomenal to ride. It responds beautifully well. I have obviously adjusted the trucks a little bit to my liking. I could do with some better bushings in the board as well actually, but yeah, the board is so fun to ride. Really smooth, really stable, really comfortable. I don't know what more really you can ask for. It's got the power. We'll find out about the range today. I do want to see if I can keep up with that motorbike. His white helmet is really cool actually. I wonder if it's a Ruroc helmet. See them? And that will be the Tower of London just there as well. Let's hope we don't get executed. And we're on to Tower Bridge. I still find it quite remarkable. Oop, I need to speed up there. I would have got crushed by that lorry in a sec if I hadn't speeded up, but I still find it remarkable that Tower Bridge was constructed so long ago, and the mechanism to allow it to open at the center for large ships and boats to pass through, and it's still working till today. These empty side streets are really where you can let this board loose and enjoy the carving. This is really nice. Java Wharf. Hey, this is bumpy. I have absolutely no idea where I am, but the beauty of having such a big battery on this board, 12S 4P pack, 21700 cells, Molicel P42A, the Shard just up there. And we're riding up to the Shard, just past that really cool old London bus. You still hop on from the back, that's pretty interesting. Interessante, as Bold and Bankrupt would say. Can I even reference him on this channel? Got London Bridge Station just coming up on the left here. There is the Shard. What a view, wow. I didn't know that actually, it's a London Bridge Station. It's almost connected to the Shard, it's immediately underneath. And you've got the underground station over there to the left. Let's head in towards the City of London. Gherkin up there somewhere, the Cheese Grater, as it's informally known. Don't know what the formal name of that building is, probably quite boring. I'm having such a blast on this board. I'm so glad I came to London because the scenery almost makes the ride better, and the condition of the roads and the bike lanes really makes for a more enjoyable experience and enjoyable ride. We've got a legacy traditional skater here. What the hell is going on there? Oh my goodness. He's got a cone on his head. Face of disbelief. Don't ever do this, guys. That's just like a million accidents waiting to happen. I'm really glad that us e-skaters are a lot more responsible. We wear our helmets, get our gloves on, we abide by road traffic law. These guys are just... How many? There must be a few thousand of them, and they're still coming.
Nice skateboard, bro.
Thank you.
What the hell are they doing?
This is wonderful. I would never ever attempt this on street wheels. One thing I really love about this Meepo Hurricane Bamboo Ninja is its ability to get up to speed and then maintain its speed as well. Let's be careful here, please don't reverse into me. Thank you. Being able to keep up with traffic is fundamentally important for your safety if you're going to be riding on the roads. Check out that Lambo there. Fully blacked out, that's just how I would have it as well, to be fair. The ability to keep up with traffic on the roads, I think, is really important. The last thing you want when you're riding in traffic is to be keeping up traffic behind you and everyone's itching to overtake you, and drivers will start getting impatient and start going for risky overtakes, risky moves, put you in dangerous positions and dangerous situations. And also it's really important to have a talkie board like this Meepo Hurricane Ninja, so that you can get out of tight spots, get out of tricky situations. It doesn't mean that you always have to ride fast, but being able to ride fast is quite important in my opinion. So we've got a Range Rover here just in front of us. Should we see if we can keep up with it? And I can keep up with it, no issue at all. But yeah, this board, really torquey, and I'm only in speed mode 3. Now, one interesting thing to note is that, oh my God, you scared the life out of me. When I'm not accelerating, the board is showing me that I've only lost 2 bars of battery. Is it gonna let me go? Yep. But when I start accelerating, one of those bars disappears. So I wouldn't call that battery sag, but it's not the most sort of accurate reflection, I guess, of the real battery on the board if you're checking it whilst you're stationary. So perhaps best to check the board whilst you're accelerating a bit, and it will give you a more accurate reflection of how much range you actually have. And talking of battery sag, I remember the days where I would ride my Evolve GTX pretty much everywhere around town, and though it was a really great board for its time, and though that was my second electric skateboard and it's what made me fall in love with eskate and DKP boards, really I suffered from a massive amount of battery sag with that board. Anything less than 50–40% battery, and I was really looking to get home or looking to get to a charge spot. It just goes to show how much of a long way we've come, and the advancement in battery technology and the innovation that eskate companies like Meepo, like Wowgo, like X-Way, like all the main eskate brands are pumping out. And it's a fantastic thing for me and you as consumers, because we can really enjoy more performance, more comfort, more torque. Obviously it gets to a point where you've just got as much as you need, and it becomes more about the ride feel and more about getting back to the root of skating. Brands think that we want more and more and more, and I think Meepo have struck a very good balance with this board in that it is an upgrade in many respects, but you've also got the fantastic ride feel. It's more about just enjoying that electric skateboarding cruise, being able to commute from A to B, exploring your town and city in ways that you would otherwise never be able to, and you know, carving the streets in beautiful weather like this, in great towns like this. And I'm absolutely having a blast with this board. I have no doubt that if you did pick up this board for yourself, you'll have a blast, and you'll be backed up by Meepo's 12-month warranty as well. So if, God forbid, something bad did happen to your board, then Meepo will cover you. You can just see HSBC's logo right up there at the top. So we're going to try and make our way towards Canary Wharf. Now guys, it is worth mentioning as well that the Ninja also comes with TKP trucks in the box, which is a fantastic thing. In terms of how that compares to DKP trucks, to be honest, I've been riding DKP trucks for that long that I'm comfortable with DKPs at high speed. I know how to tune the board to my liking. I don't really have an issue with it, but in general, TKP trucks, you can expect them to be a little bit more stable at speed and less susceptible to speed wobble. Though again, you can always crank up the trucks, get some stiffer bushings as well, and you'll be completely fine. But it's good that Meepo have thought of that and they give that option in the box. I can carve so much better with double kingpin trucks. I really feel that with DKPs, you can begin your carve and the board does the rest of the work for you. So if I now here want to carve right, the board will just sort of carry its momentum through. And it is incredibly comfortable, honestly. Such a fun board, such a fun ride. And as I said, this board just eats up drain covers like nothing. You don't even feel them. We are now cruising through Canary Wharf. I do like riding here because it's almost isolated from the hustle and bustle of central London. Whoa, now that is a cool view. It's not going to look very good on this GoPro fisheye lens though, but it looks good enough to me. Quick update on the range, we're about 75% way through the battery, and I do have to say the board doesn't feel as punchy as it did in the first 15–20% of the battery, but that's of course normal. Now, as we do come up to the end of this range test, It's starting to get really windy, and of course, common sense dictates that windier weather conditions are going to mean less range. It's a lot more work for the board to have to resist my massive frame pushing against the wind. So I'm not expecting that we're going to go on for a massive amount longer, but I'll keep you updated. Oh my God. This is absolutely horrible. Just at the end of the test as well. Whew. And that's just about done it. So the remote is vibrating at the moment every now and then. And it's just to let me know that we're almost out of battery. Do you know what? I think I'm gonna end it there, guys. Let me just get onto the Thames and we'll wrap up. Shall I take a photo?
Sorry?
Shall I take a photo of you?
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, please.
Be a bit easier than on the ground.
Yeah,
Switch off the timer. Okay.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
Take care. I know if that was me and my family, I'd love for someone to do that. So guys, there we have it. That is the range test of the Meepo Hurricane Bamboo Ninja. And I can't remember which figure I gave earlier on in this video, but I think I was pretty close. So the final range in miles that we got was 22.57. I'll put it on the screenshot on the screen for you. Honestly, very, very impressed with that, with the conditions for today. I'm not the lightest rider in the world. A lot of people, a lot of e-skaters will be lighter than me, so you can expect even more range. Meepo obviously claim, think 31 or something miles of range. That's in completely ideal conditions with a lighter rider, not riding in speed mode 3 as I was, not accelerating too heavy. So this is more than you'd ever need on an electric skateboard, I think anyway. Be sure to check out the full review when it drops. Drop down in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts on that range. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it sort of what you expected? Be sure to like, comment and subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.